so depressed. Oh my god. I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna go.
Butterfly, butterfly, where you gonna go tonight? Wish I was just like you, maybe then you'd take me high. Away from it all again, away from my troubles and my sins, away from the fears inside, away from the tears I tried to hide.
I don't want to show the line, but there's a huge line, and it's going to be several long hours. Alright, I made it through customs, finally. It's literally like 10 something. I'm just getting a trolley. I couldn't find one of my bags, but I finally found it, so I'm all good to go. They said because I had only been to Czech Republic, and that was over 2 weeks ago, and I didn't show signs or symptoms, or was with anybody who did. I didn't have to get checked, so that's nice. But yeah, here I am. Hello. So as you can tell, I've made it home. I'm in my room. My hair is a whole mess because it's just growing longer and longer every day. It is, I don't know if you can tell, it's 5:57 Sunday, March 15th. Yesterday when I got home, I didn't do much. I just unpacked my carry-on and put my makeup away. I put my makeup away. And I tried to check online for my mail-in fly bag because apparently I had way too much liquids in my carry-on, because I forget that London literally forces you to have only a bag full of liquids. And I put all of my makeup in my carry-on so that it wouldn't break. So yeah, that was fun. I had to put some of it in a bag so that they could mail it to me, and then when I tried to register the code for it, they told me that I had dangerous goods, so I needed to call a number, but whenever I called, it said, "We're open from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. But I called during the opening hours and they told me the same exact thing, the same voice message thing, and then said if I needed to utilize their services to go online at missingx.com, I don't know what. So then I had to register my bag there, like register that it's stolen even though it's not stolen, and I also sent an email to the company, the mail and flight company thing at Heathrow, and I told them, hey, this is what you told me, so just get back to me, let me know what I can do about my bag so I can figure it out. And I had cereal. I've been on FaceTime with Paula, I've been on FaceTime with Amari, and yeah, that's about it. That's all I've done today. I ate some cereal. I think I already said that. Yeah, I haven't done much. So it's obviously the afternoon. I woke up at like 11 in the morning. I'm not that jet lagged, so I guess my schedule will be fine. But here's day 1 of quarantine. I don't know where I left off yesterday, so I'm just gonna continue rambling a little and just say yesterday I stood in line at customs for I think it was, my goodness, how long was it? It was 2 hours. Overall it took me 3 hours to get out of the airport, from landing, staying, waiting at the gate, and all of that took 3 hours. Our plane landed at like 7:40 or something like that, 7 something, and I didn't leave until like 10 something, so overall it took like 3-ish hours. Yeah, so I was in customs for 2 hours waiting. I wasn't that upset. I mean, I wasn't upset at all, because I just know this is protocol. The only thing, it just doesn't make sense to keep people in close proximity to one another when everyone is freaked out about this virus and it's spreading. But sure, keep us in a line with other people with coughing, or kids and older people. Like, it, I don't know, like, it's just really frustrating, because on one hand I'm like, yes, please do something about this. Like, I have ideas. Like, I personally think that everyone should be forced to test to see who has it and who doesn't. I think it would help a lot in figuring out what to do and helping, you know, to prevent it from continuing to spread and that. But I'm not in charge of the government, so obviously I don't have any jurisdiction on making any rules, but whatever. Yeah, it's kind of dumb to me to be stuck at the airport, especially I know there was other people that were apparently at the airport for like 6 hours. That's just too much. It's a lot, man. On one hand, I'm like, yes, let me come home, be with my family in this like time of crisis for everyone. But at the same time, I'm like, why would you force me to get on a plane for 8 to 9 hours with people who might be carrying this virus, and then be forced to stay at the airport for another like 3 hours with, again, people who could be carrying this virus? It's just, it's a lot. But yeah, I left, got home, took my suitcases up, and I ate some tacos del pastor, so I was really excited about that, because I've been craving like good food that I miss from home. But yeah, besides that, I haven't done much. I haven't even unpacked my 2 big suitcases. I've just been lazily, well, not lazy, I guess I've been somewhat productive and like social, but yeah. Basically what I'm planning to do is vlog every day of my quarantine. And no, I'm not being forced to quarantine. At first I thought that I was going to be, because I've been studying in the UK for several months, and my mom told me that my school had said that I was going to be tested for coronavirus, and if I was positive I was going to be sent to a military base to quarantine, and if I wasn't, then I was going to be forced to quarantine at home. But because I was in the UK, I wasn't required to do that, apparently. So when I got to customs, they just asked me had I showed any symptoms, where I've been the last 2 weeks, and that have I been with anybody displaying the symptoms and all that, and I answered and they let me go. It was really quick and easy for me, so yeah. So I'm sorry, my mom's in the hallway and you can hear everything. So yeah, I basically decided to take it upon myself to quarantine, just to make sure I don't have anything, and if I do, that I don't spread it, because that's the last thing I want to do. I miss my family and I really want to see my grandparents, but the last thing I want to do is feel like shit for the rest of my life knowing that I gave them this, and whatever consequence of that would happen to them. Like, I just don't want to think about it, but it's really rough, because I don't want to put any of my family or friends or boyfriend in danger, or not in danger but at risk. So basically isolating myself, and that's not really what I want to be doing right now. But yeah, So I'm just gonna keep you guys updated. This is gonna be video number 1, coming back home, plus day 1 of self-quarantine. And then I guess we'll follow along each day as I quarantine. So for the next probably like 2 weeks, I'm gonna be posting more than 1 video a week. So stay tuned for that. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean a lot to me. Also give this video a thumbs up because I'm sad. Well, yeah, as you heard my mom say, I've avoided going out into the kitchen, touching anything besides what's in my room and what's in my bathroom, because it's just me and my mom, and because there's 2 bathrooms, I basically get one to myself, which comes in very handy for right now. But yeah, just give this video a thumbs up because I'm sad and tired. And yeah, comment down below if you're in quarantine right now, or what you think about this whole situation, this whole mess, 2020 in general. I don't know, keep me company, just give me some conversations in the comments so that I can interact with you guys. Would help me feel better. But besides that, I'll just keep you posted with whatever I do today, if there's even anything interesting that I do. But I think I'm gonna take a nap until she comes back from the store, and yeah, maybe watch some YouTube. I have a stack of books and some more books behind those books that are just in my bookshelf that I've been meaning to read, so I guess these 2 weeks are the perfect time to read them. So I'll be doing that. I should be able to get through all of them, if not most of them, because it usually takes me a day or 2 to read a book. If I'm really invested, I can get through it really quickly. When I read 13 Reasons Why when I was a freshman in high school, it took me 2 days to read. And when I read, what other book took me? When I read the Hunger Games trilogy, let me tell you, I finished that series so fast. What other book did I read that took me? There's some other books that are on my bookshelf that took me so little to read. When I read something like an amazingly awkward love story, that took me a few days. When I read The Way I Used to Be, it took me a few days. When I read Some Boys, it took me a few days. Yeah, so usually it takes me a couple days to a few days to read a book if I'm invested and I don't waste time doing anything else. So hopefully I get through most of that stack, because that means I can buy more books, because I try not to buy books so that I can read what I have, because if not, then it becomes too much. But yeah, she's left. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm about to enjoy my ramen, and yeah, I feel sad and shitty, but at the same time I feel at ease somewhat. Can you see my eyes are getting watery because I almost started crying. What a year, what a decade, what a life. Wow. Also, if you're watching this, please stop panicking and please stop buying everything in the store. I understand that if we go into quarantine and we're forced to stay home and that, you need to have certain things at your disposal or your availability, whatever the term is, I forget. But there's so many people in this world who need these items, and you stocking up and taking 20 fucking packs of toilet paper helps no one. It does not help anybody. you're doing a disservice to so many people, especially people in low-income families who can't even, like, barely afford to buy one. Just please, if you're gonna go to the store and stock up on things, just please think about what you're doing to other families and other people who have small children, babies, all of that. You're not the only person. You're not the only one struggling. Everybody everywhere is having a hard time right now, and we're all trying to get through it, but it really needs to stop with you people and the fucking toilet paper and just everything. Like, my other concern is why were you not wiping your ass prior to this? I don't understand, but just give it some thought. You guys aren't the only people in the world. Like, we're all here, and we need to make sure that everyone has these things so that they can survive all of this. Okay? Just please think about that, because it seems like a lot of you, not that I'm trying to point like blame to my audience or anything like that, or my subscribers, or that I'm trying to generalize, but a lot of people are really just panicking, doing the most, and putting others at a disadvantage. And I just want you guys to remember that there's so many people in this world, so many people who are going through a rough time right now. So you trying to buy all the toilet paper you can get your hands on is not helping. Okay? With that being said, I'm gonna go eat my ramen. Hello. I have showered, clearly, because my hair is wrapped up. I warmed up tacos my mom got earlier from the store. I'm feeling a little emotional, if I'm honest. It's really hard to think. Because in times like this, yes, think about yourself, but think about your family as well. In times like these, it's really important to think about your safety, but also the safety of your family as well. For me, I'm fortunate my grandparents are still alive, all four of them. It's just really hard to think about their safety. Well, it's not really hard, it's just really stressful. Because my grandparents obviously are older, they're at that age, and they also have health issues, and I clearly don't want anything to happen to them. So it's really stressful to think about, because I know if I get anything, I'll be fine. I'm not worried about myself, and I'm not panicked over this. I'm stressed. My mental health sucks right now, but more than anything, I'm really concerned about the health of my loved ones, especially my grandparents, because I love them more than anything, and I really can't imagine anything happening to them. These are stressful times. And I know this is weird content that you're getting, but I feel like it's really important right now to just be real and transparent and be honest. If I'm quarantining myself, yeah, I think this is content that can show you, like, although right now is really difficult, and if you're deciding that you need to self-quarantine, or if you're being forced to, there's plenty that you can do. So I want to make these videos to share you're not alone if you're doing this. And if at any point we're all forced to do this, we can get through it. Bring some light into this situation, hopefully with these videos, and just, yeah. Also just be real with you guys and give you all my thoughts in that. So a lot to think about with the spread of this virus. But yeah. I'm gonna go. I have to tell my mom something. I yelled at all my cousins in our group chat, and I told them to stay away from our grandparents. Because if anything happens to them, I would die, and I would hate them forever. I'm laughing, but I'm completely, I'm telling the truth. Yeah, but, ew, sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat. It's like 9:54, it's about to be 10, so I'm sure I'll be up for a few more hours and then probably go to sleep because I'm really tired, and luckily my sleep schedule has gone back to somewhat normal because for 2-3 weeks I wasn't sleeping very well, and then of course this last week I've slept horribly, worse than any other um, I've had. I stayed up for 24 hours at some point the day that I found out that I was leaving and my program was canceled. Yeah, I didn't sleep. I fell asleep at a chair at school. Um, and that was the last day that I went to school. Unfortunately. So, yeah. Deep breaths, everyone. We're gonna get through this. If you need a therapist, someone, I'm sure there's counseling. For me personally, I have been in therapy for 8 years. Yeah, 8 years since 8th grade. Um, yeah, 8 years. I was just double checking. Yeah, I've been in therapy for 8 years. And I know that my like counseling place located here in Chicago, they're doing like online like video calls and that, but usually I've been keeping up with my therapist even in London, and usually I just Skype her, so I'm just gonna continue Skyping her even though I'm home. She has no idea that I'm home because this all happened after I spoke to her. So yeah, you know, if you need these resources, I'm sure they're available, and I'm sure they have, you know, video Skype sessions and all that to offer you guys. So just please keep that in mind. If you do need someone to speak to, I highly recommend that you look up a therapy place, a counseling center, something, anything, and I'm sure they'll have those available. And if you need to know about my specific therapy place, if you're in Chicago, or even if you're not, because they do video calls and that, I'll let you know, but just ask below in the comments if you need it. But I would recommend finding somewhere close to you, preferably resources that are offered in this specific time of need, because those probably won't make you do any type of screenings or consultations or anything like that. But I'm sure most therapy places are probably avoiding all of that right now, but just in case, I don't really know what's going on because I've been at the same place for like 7 years. Yes, I've been taking therapy for 8 years, but I've been at the same place for 7 years because before that I was at a different place through my hospital that I was born at, so it's just different. Yeah, just want to preface that before anyone starts saying that I'm lying. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll probably say goodnight to you before I go to bed and maybe wrap up some more thoughts, and then I'll see you guys again tomorrow for day 2 of quarantine. Yay. If you're wondering why I have a band-aid, it's because my nail is coming off, but it's like really deep in that it hurts, and it like I can't, like I don't have the guts to rip it off because it hurts, but also if I like touch something it moves and it hurts, so I'm just doing this for now. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later.